Hello and welcome to ACG New York News, sponsored by McGladrey. I'm your host, Rebecca Oppenheim. Today we turn to ACG's 6th Annual Manufacturing and Logistics Conference in New York City. Adam Max, managing partner with the Jordan Company, delivered this year's keynote presentation. His speech focused on the return of American manufacturing and the difficulty of predicting change. The role of manufacturing in the United States has declined over the past 50 years. As a percentage of American economic activity, manufacturing has receded by more than half since the 1960s. Today, it accounts for just under 12% of GDP. The contraction of American manufacturing occurred in two acts. Between the 1960s and the 1990s, manufacturing remained stable, with the exception of textiles and apparel. Other sectors, such as service, expanded, however, reducing manufacturers' role. In the late 90s, manufacturing hours began to fall. Citibank estimates that 5 million jobs were lost during this period. Ross Perot described the sucking sound of jobs leaving the U.S. Economists began to believe that American manufacturing was gone for good. This brings us to today. According to Max, the United States is on the cusp of a return to manufacturing. Citing the Wall Street Journal, 48% of companies are bringing jobs back to the U.S. from offshore locations. Max addressed 4 factors, which together create a perfect environment for America's new competitive advantage in manufacturing. First, he touched on labor costs. Wages are increasing in China to the degree that their advantage is beginning to shrink. Unit labor costs in the U.S. are still competitive against leading industrial nations such as South Korea and Germany. Second, he moved to the role of domestic oil and natural gas. Energy prices in Europe are 300% higher than the cost of natural gas in the U.S. at present. Max noted that energy is a less significant input to the U.S. manufacturing today than it was in the 70s, but that cheap energy can drive resurgence in subsectors such as chemical and primary metal manufacturing. Domestic sources of energy also protect manufacturers against supply chain interruptions. Third, he described the American approach to technology as a return on investment oriented, allowing manufacturers to increase productivity and reduce labor. This efficiency allows for job creation. Finally, Max addressed the relatively strong position of the dollar. It's trading competitively compared to other currencies. Internationally, the dollar is still held as the world's reserve currency. Max acknowledged the dangers of predicting the future. Catastrophic events can alter an industry's economic trajectory. China is a constant competitor. The largest obstacle in Max's view, however, is education. Despite persistently high unemployment, companies are having difficulty finding qualified applicants. In the end, his outlook is cautiously optimistic. Quoting a column from The Economist, Max noted that the U.S. has a brand that no other country can match, a brand that attracts people who want something better for their children. To view the full program of ACG's 6th Annual Manufacturing and Logistics Conference, or to learn more about upcoming events and membership, please visit acgnyc.org. This has been ACG New York News, sponsored by McGladrey. Thanks for watching.